What I'm going to do is create a bed of little wild apple seedlings that I'm going to raise up. So one of the most glorious things about fall in Vermont is wild apple season. Around here, wild apples grow crazy. They are abundant, they are absolutely everywhere. You can drive around on back roads around here and just find tree after tree that just gets completely ignored throughout the whole season. All the fruit just falls and drops to the ground and probably only gets consumed by wildlife or rots. So yesterday, me and some friends decided to go scrumping, which is the act of stealing fruit or vegetables, particularly apples, from someone's yard. And we went out and collected a bunch of apples. I know scrumping might sound ethically questionable, but the way I see it, these trees weren't gonna get picked anyways, and the fruit was just gonna rot or get eaten by wildlife, so there was no harm in taking it. So we drove around town looking for trees with apples. We gathered up a bunch of them. A couple friends of mine have this tremendous apple press. And so we had a nice little get together where we pressed apples and made some cider, and it was great and it was a good time. But one of the byproducts of pressing your own apples is that you get all that pulp and all the mashed up seeds. I thought about feeding that pulp to the ducks, but then thought better of it given how much cyanide would be there. We probably have about 45 pounds of apple pulp, and that probably wouldn't be the healthiest thing to feed to the ducks. So I decided that I'm gonna try to do a little bit of an experiment. I see apple seeds as lottery tickets. Apples are a fruit that do not grow true to their parent seed. There's all sorts of mutations and cross-pollination that happens, so the fruit of a tree does not match the fruit of its parent tree. What I'm gonna do is create a bed of little wild apple seedlings that I'm gonna raise up. If this project is successful, I'll probably end up just grafting good scionwood to some of these seedlings, but I also might try to see how other seedlings just grow up. I've got plenty of space here on the farm, and so I figured, why not start a little nursery of apple seeds? So I've just finished prepping the bed. It's pretty much just wood mulch on top of cardboard. Let's give it a shot and start spreading the apple pulp. We made about 2 gallons of cider yesterday. My goal is to just have hundreds of little apple seedlings popping up out of here. The idea is you just let nature do its thing. See them? Look, little apple seeds everywhere. Just a little side diversion while I've been spreading this. Look what Allison netted. Oh yeah, nice basket of potatoes. So there you have it. That's a byproduct of scrumping. This might not work, so if you're playing along at home and trying to copy everything I did, you might want to wait until the next video comes out. In fact, if that next video has come out, let me put a link to it right here. So the idea is that they're just going to randomly start popping up. And it'll be survival of the fittest. By probably this time next year, it's probably a decent apple seedling. And I might pot those up, or at least separate them out, and then plant them in the permaculture orchard later next year. Yeah, let's see what happens. This is gonna be an interesting experiment. It's a good way to grow apple seedlings though if you're really lazy. So we'll see.